Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
How was your day today?
How was your day? Yes. Did you enjoy it? Oh, actually, no. They are starting the day. Most of the people are starting it. Well, here in
Yeah,
Australia, not, but
Yeah, we're ending the day.
yeah, we're ending it. You might be starting it. We had a beautiful day on the bike. We were bike riding.
God, we rode like 30 Ks.
Yeah, it was really good. We did our gratitude exercises in the morning, in between, throughout the day, trying to catch us. Yeah, and I had this thought about agreeing to disagree. What do you think about that topic? So what I want to say, what I mean with that is how hard it is if people have a different opinion to you, and they are very convinced about what they about a certain worldview or a certain religion, whatever it is, right? And they have put this whole picture together. Like I said yesterday, we have so much confusion inside of our heads, right? And then, some people come to a point where they go like, I got it, finally I got it. And then they want to share it with you. And then they are, they want to convince you of their
It's the right way.
worldview, and then it makes, I can say very honest for myself, it sometimes makes me feel so uncomfortable to listen to what, to their beliefs. And why is that? Like, I think it's because we feel like they want to sell us something. It's almost as if somebody is running behind you in,
Supermarket.
I remember from the 70s in Spain when there were these, little stand sellers, and they were trying to convince you, very cheap watch, you have to buy it, come on, and it's really good, it's good quality, and it doesn't cost much, and you should buy it, and you should have a look at it. And I'm going like, no, I don't want it. And it's like, it's this feeling, somebody trying to sell you something
That you don't really need.
that you don't need. And I think it's kind of like a little bit the same feeling if somebody has like a very convincing way of wanting to sell you a belief. And then I came to the point where I was like, but I don't have to believe what they are telling me or what they are trying to forward
push
to
on
me.
you.
I don't have to believe it, but I can be still open-minded to listening to their view without the fear of, oh, I have to believe it too. I need to believe in that if I'm going to listen to that person, right? This is something where I'm always like, where I'm super it's very curious also for me, that topic, to think that I can be open-minded, listen open-minded to everybody. I don't have to agree to their opinion. And they are allowed to have their worldview, and be convinced, and be happy about finding their their belief and their peace of mind, because they have found their way. It doesn't mean I have to take it over. I don't have to believe the same worldview, or the same opinion, or the same, right? Like, I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of confusion going on until you actually find kind of your path or your way. And then, yeah, you've got to be it's nice to be lovely with everybody. And even if they're pushing something on you, it's not like you're signing your life on the dotted line. So you can listen to them. Listening is it's a huge up when you can just listen to somebody's thing. It also opens your view on things. Like you said, you don't have to feel uncomfortable. You shouldn't feel uncomfortable. You should listen to them. Now, if they say to you, look, I need you to sign this because it's the way we believe, then you can step away. But otherwise, it's nice to listen to everybody's point of view. Everybody's got a point of view. And if they found their way, which is going to make them vibrate on a higher frequency, great. It's really great. You might believe that the grass grows down, not up. And that's what you really believe.
And it makes you happy.
And that makes you feel better to believe that. I'm like, go for it. I mean, that's really, I mean, for me, it's all about feeling positive and what everyone's view is different, and also the view we're sharing with people. That's our view. That's what we believe. It doesn't work for you, and that's like, don't take it on like a, oh my God, I don't want to believe that. That's fine, you know. You have your own view, and when you start to actually step into your path and into the right direction, I'll say right direction because it means you don't have to do the roundabout again and come back again and again. So you start to move towards a forward way that's starting to make you feel better and happier and more loving, which is obviously raising your vibration. I love that word, vibration. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
And it's always good to be curious about, other views and other perceptions. And you might even pick something out. Even if it doesn't resonate 100% with you, you might pick something from that, which is maybe helping you to, create your own view in a different way, or to open up yourself to a new perception.
Perception.
Yeah.
That reminds me also, when you finish, I'll tell you something that happened on Friday.
Yeah, it's like, even if, like the other person, which is like, this topic might not be resonating with you, but then there is like one point in it where you're like, wait a minute, I can use that, and I can use it for my own mindset, to become more open, or like
susceptible.
Yeah, grow a little bit more inside of me, so yeah, I think it's about staying curious, and everybody who's crossing your path has something to share with you, to give to you, and there is this book, the Celestine Prophecies, and they are suggesting there that when somebody is crossing your path 2 times or even a 3rd time per day, you don't know that person, and it crosses, suddenly this person crosses your path a 2nd time or a 3rd time, you should stop the person and go like, what do you have to tell me? Because, it might be the universe sending you a message, Or, I mean, we are the universe. In the end, we are the universe. So in the end, we have created this energy.
And this interaction, this crossing of people.
Exactly. And, we should, just very politely go like, let me I would like to get to know you. Tell me, do you have a message for me? Whatever you want to tell me. Yeah.
So, I'll tell you about my little story on Friday. So, I'm working with another work group on Friday, and it was actually very interesting because I've read a lot of religious books because I was trying to work out what separates them all, like what differences, and actually it's kind of the same story told from different people, which is kind of that story I've shared it once before. We can be we're a couple, and we're very connected, me and Dorothy. And we could be sitting watching the same film at the same time, and you give us 2 bits of paper, and there's going to be different things that each of us noticed. So everybody's got their own way of seeing and storytelling. And that's totally acceptable and totally loving and so nice when you can actually hear what the other person, what they call, because you actually get a little bit deeper into understanding the other people. And so I'm there with a new work group, and there was one guy from the Philippines, and he was telling me, we were just talking, he was talking about my tattoos, and I said, yeah, it's kind of a diary for me. It wasn't like this, something that always happened to me. I found it very interesting to put it on my body. So all the things mean a lot to me, you know, from the smallest little lines on here to the little dots. They all have a meaning for me. They have a certain time in my life that I captured on my skin. And he was a little bit shocked with tattooing all over, and so I thought, it's like a little bit early in the morning to go this way, but okay. So I'm always pretty much smiling and happy anyway. But I do get sad, don't get me wrong. I do fall back into contracts that I thought I'd given up. I do this. I'm human, like all the rest of us, and I'm definitely no better than anybody else that's out there. I'm just trying to become better. Yeah. So I'm having this every day. I wake up and I'm really trying to get better. Anyway, and this guy's telling me how, do you have a religion? And I said to him, are you Christian? Are you Catholic? And I said, well, none of those. I said to him, I believe in the religion of love, that you just love everybody. And so he found that a little bit weird, and he was telling me how he's Christian, the Filipinos, and they're Christian. And I said, oh, you'd be Christian or Catholic because of the Spanish, right? They also speak Spanish there. And he goes, yes, because when they come, and I said they come, like the guys in obviously it was the missionaries, and they told us that we don't believe in God, we will die. And so we believe in God and Jesus and stuff. And I was kind of a little bit shocked. I'm very mathematical minded. Very mathematical minded. It's kind of like a shocking thing. I was also very good in physics. And when he said that to me, I said to me, that's a little bit confusing for me. And he was like, what do you mean? And I said, well, when did they come? And from 1700s or something, I'm not sure what he was saying. I didn't actually catch the date. And I said, so if that's actually true, then before you started believing in Catholic or Christian, they said, you don't believe you will die, but wasn't there Filipino people living on the island? And he said, yes. And I said, but shouldn't they be dead then? Because if they're saying to you, you don't believe you're going to die, and then if you're there from before that time and you're still very much living, it can't really be true in my mindset. It can't be true. If everybody was dead and then we just sprouted up out of the ground and these missionaries come and said like, well, you've got to believe this or you're going to die, I can understand that. But when you're a race of people, indigenous people, which are people of the land normally, which do not abuse the land like a lot of us do, then if they're still alive from before they came, then it can't really be true that if you don't believe now, you're going to die. So it made me a little bit of confusion. It got him a little bit, feeling a little bit, I could feel his energy. And I was saying, I praised his way of beliefs and it's all cool, and I settled the situation down. And this is exactly the point that Dorothy was saying at the start. Maybe we don't agree with everybody's beliefs, but we are supposed to make ourselves feel comfortable, and it is a bonus if you can get the other person feeling comfortable as well. This is so beautiful. It's like you're rising, because you're not getting anybody feeling uncomfortable. You're making both parties feel comfortable and yourself, which is really important. And then we had a lovely day actually where he was kind of watching me work, and I'm like a really pretty much wherever I work, even if I do shutdown and stuff, I always get off the job because I love working. I'm a little bit of a weirdo, everyone says, but if I'm at work, I do my 100% at work. If I'm on my surfboard, I do my 100% on my surfboard. If I'm making love to my wife, I give my 100% to my wife. So whatever I do, I try to do it 100%. If I'm not going to put in 100%, I don't want to be doing it. That's how easy it is for me. That's the mathematical mind, maybe. And so yeah, it was very interesting how the whole thing folded out. And then yeah, we also had another guy who was working super slow. And then when I started doing, because we were sharing this workload, and so he's taken say 15 minutes to do this thing, and I'm doing it within about 5, so I've cut it down to a third. But I'm going hard, like I'm like doing this thing, and I'm like because I'm thinking to myself, if I'm finishing 5 minutes, I get to relax, and then he's got 15 minutes, and so by the end of the day, all of us were moving at the same kind of a quicker pace, and we got so much work done, and everybody was super happy. And then the universe, just to show that the universe works, they call the code red, which where I work is lightning is within 15 kilometres away, and normally they send everybody to the room. So we worked a full day's work and were finished by 12 o'clock. We actually finished at 2, and they called a code red. So we got our chance to relax. So it's just this balance of everything. When you're putting in, you're going to get your chance to relax. If you're just sitting there and taking all day to do something and you're not doing it with your heart, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be pretty much a long day. And sometimes I'll get 2 jobs compared to some people might only do 1 job a day, and sometimes I'll do 2 jobs. And I love it. I'm at work to create money for my company, and because the company is the person who pays me. So if I'm not looking after the hand that feeds me, I'm pretty much stepping on its toes. So I'm not saying everybody has to do this. This is my way of understanding, being a 70s kid, that I'm at work, I work. I'm at home, I'm home. I'm there, I'm there. I'm doing, I'm doing. If I'm relaxing, I'm relaxing. And so this is probably a good way to understand what Dorothy was saying in the beginning, that you don't have to believe that person's point of view. You don't have to jump into it and be like, oh my God, and start selling your house and do a lot of things that kind of over the top. You believe in what you believe in, and hopefully you find your path to believe in what feels great for you, and you're going to see how easily and beautifully, without even noticing, your whole life's going to change. And this is so important, I think, in our human experience, to understand. I don't like going through pain anymore. There's also something I mentioned once before, was Kenshin Satori. It's a Japanese 2 words. One's reaching the top through love and reaching the top through pain. You can totally decide on what you want to do. If I see that something's going towards a pain way, I will back off and I'll take a minute to think about it. How can I bring this experience in a more loving way? And it's working for me. It's totally working for me. It's not for everybody, but it works for me. Yeah.
And I think like we have all gone through our pain phase to get to the point where we are now, definitely. Right? So it doesn't, you cannot really delete the pain, sorrow, anxiety.
It's a beautiful lesson.
Phase. It's part of the journey, I guess. Because like it's just, if we wouldn't have the understanding, the experience of knowing and experiencing what we don't want, we wouldn't know what we want. Like as a child, like I said before, as a child we knew exactly what we wanted, because it was kind of like intuitive, like instinct. We wanted to be fed, we wanted to feel safe, with our parents, with my mom, like
with our communal group.
Yeah, and resting, feeding, and feeling safe, and digesting. That was it, and that was our instinct, and we knew that we wanted that. And at one point we started to develop an ego, we started to develop an identity, and we started to understand that it's a little bit more complicated than that. We cannot just always have what we want,
or just cry and get it.
So this whole process of understanding, okay, I have to start to understand what is actually resonating with me, because before.
And wait a minute, to stop you on that.
Yeah.
And resonation, for those who don't understand, resonating means that you're doing something that's feeling good. So that resonates. If you're doing something that's not feeling good, that's like anti to resonating. So continue,
Yeah, so
just for those who don't understand.
So, you know, like at one point, yes, you have to go for what feels good, what resonates with you. But how do you know what it is? Like I said, as a child, it was instinct. But, you know, like then you start to understand that you cannot have everything that you want. And, like, you know, throwing a tantrum and then I'm going to get it. No, it doesn't work like that. So we have to really start to feel these emotions of I don't want this, and then start to understand and develop our understanding, but I want this. And then you go to the next part, I don't want this, but I want this. I don't want this, but I want this. And then you start to slowly it's like radiating out. You're tuning your frequency, your radio frequency, on what you really want again and again, you know, tuning it in. And then you start to radiate out into the space around you. You go like, okay, this is what I want, this is what I want. And then, you know, your radio frequency starts to
become clear.
Yes, starts to receive the right radio station, right? And this is, and then you have to, of course, you know, like vibrate on a good frequency, like, you know, not feeling like, oh, I want this, but I won't get it. You know, you have to tune your frequency on and then go, know that it's going to be the right radio station that is going to come, you know, that you're going to receive on your radio, you know. You have to know it works like that, and then it's going to come. There's no way around it. Everything that you desire is going to come to you because you have tuned your frequency on the right channel. You know, like you cannot put your channel on 90.2 if you want to receive 100.4 or whatever. You have to find the right frequency.
Find what's good for you.
Exactly. What resonates with you, what feels good. Like
what
I
makes
said,
you
have
vibrate.
to find out what feels good, because we have lost the connection to that. Yeah. And then because we don't know what makes us feel good, we use substances like alcohol, overeating, drugs, whatever it is, gaming, to get this feeling of, oh yeah, that feels good, you know. But you know, we have it inside of ourselves. It's inside our bodies. All these chemicals are inside that make us feel these emotions that we try to get from the outside through substances. Yeah. And yeah, but to come back to that topic of being open-minded to other people's perceptions, this is also something that makes you feel so good, because when you get rid of this feeling of there's somebody who wants to sell me something, this little ego that goes like, I need to protect my belief because this belief is not my belief and you're not supposed to put this belief onto me, you know, it feels like kind of scary to the little me. So if you take, you know, if you open up this armor of this little me and go like, okay, I'm listening, I'm curious, and
that's
you
what you
sit
believe
down,
in, that's fine.
Yeah, you sit down with the person and say, tell me more about it. It's very interesting what you think, you know.
Yeah, and how and why you believe in it. That's
you go like, I'm listening to you, but you know, you don't have to agree. You don't have to. Nobody forces you to agree.
Yeah.
You know?
And actually say that being able to listen is much bigger a gift than being able to speak. So when you can listen to someone and they feel like you're actually listening, that's really special, because sometimes we have troubles in our lives and sometimes we just need to say something. And when the person's actually listening, it makes you be able to also let go of whatever you're feeling. You know, we have all kinds of friends from around the world. Some believe it's a flat earth, some believe the moon works like this, that's their belief, and that's totally okay. We don't laugh at it. I don't, oh my God, they're this and that. No. Definitely not. You have your belief because something has brought you to this belief in your life. And I'm not here to go against you and not be your friend because you believe in that. No. We also had this other situation. It was like I thought, oh, this is really easy. Must have been back in about just before 2010. I was like, this is easy. I'm just going to kick everyone out of my life that just is not fitting, right? And it seemed really easy to do, and it's like, it's really whatever. It's like, I don't really care. That also I found was such a negative. This against. It's so negative.
And it's going to bite you in the ass, If you think you can throw an experience out of your life because it doesn't feel comfortable, because
it's going to come back
some experiences are meant to experience, and if it's not going to be with this person because you threw this person out of your life, the next person is going to come and give you the same experience, right? I don't, we are not supposed to be masochists, right? Like, don't go like, okay, I'm gonna stick through this, it feels uncomfortable, but I'm gonna go through it, and like this with a whip on your back. No, but like, just be, just listen inside. Is it really so unbearable, or is there something that you feel like, okay, I'm not ready yet to let go of this? That means there is still something to experience, whatever it is. It might be a substance, it might be a person, it might be whatever there is in your life that you're not ready to completely let go of, then see if there is still something that you can learn from. Do it with awareness, don't lose yourself in it. Understand that there is a higher purpose to this, there is a spiritual path to that, and like, try to go a little bit above it, find the perception from the higher self.
Take yourself away, that ego self, take him away, and pretend you're sitting on a 10-story building and watching the play downstairs, and it's not actually being able to affect you. The fires that are burning can't burn you, the people getting shot can't hurt you. You're watching from above. When you start looking from this kind of perspective, everything becomes a lot freer, and you start to actually see the truth, compared to when you're stuck in the bottom there and you're dodging bullets and you're trying not to get burnt by the fire. So this is a very important thing, when you can start to rise above and have a look from a different, a different perspective.
You don't see everything from feeling attacked anymore, like from the personal side of you, you see it a little bit more like, there is nothing personal behind anything. You just see, okay,
everyone's acting for their life, what's better for their life. This is the other thing too, everyone's acting from what they think is best for their life, and that's a great thing. That's a great thing. I want to mention another story. I have this loving person that I love. I love a few people in my life, a fair few people actually. And her name's Mission. And we were together for 6 years. And I'm like this spiritual, crazy dude, it's like that. And I was trying to explain something to her, right? And this went over about a 5-year period. I was trying to explain to her. And she just wasn't getting it. And it was like me as a mathematician, why don't you get it? It's just like, why don't you get it, And anyway, we're coming back from Thailand. And we're catching so her parents are pretty old, so we caught the train back from the airport. And I met a guy 2 stops before our stop. And we just clicked. We were on the same spiritual world. Like, totally believing the same stuff. Right or wrong, it's got nothing to do with that, but we connected, as you do with some people. And we're talking, and she's like listening, and I'm like, whoa, that's fucking cool. And then 2 stops later, oh man, it was nice to meet you. It was great, unbelievable how people cross your path, is what she was saying also before. They cross your path and you just connect, like it's just, before words even said, you just look at each other and He's a guy. It wasn't like it was some kind of sexual attraction. It was more of a spiritual attraction that we had with one another. And we get off the train 2 stops later. And Mishi, I love this person as much as I love my wife. Not sexually, but I love her. She's in my heart and she'll be in there until it rots away. Mishi, I love her. We love each other. And we get off the train and she goes to me, "Oh my God, did you understand what he's saying?" And I said, "Yes." "Did you?" And she's like, "Oh my God, it just hit me." And I was like, "Oh, I must admit, I'm really being truthful with you. I don't like bullshit." But I was actually hurt. I was like, I tried for 5 years to make you understand this. This guy in less than 10 minutes made you, it clicked with you, And I was like, I was sad. I was really sad. And then came a couple of days later, Philip's understanding, and it doesn't matter if you don't explain it to that person, because sometimes we're doing this. We're not on that same frequency where we can connect, right? And it doesn't matter that she got it from him. The most important is that she got it.
And you might have prepared the ground.
Maybe I prepared. It doesn't matter if I prepared or not. I'm not even going in that kind of level. But sometimes we might have trouble with our kids or other people or our neighbours. We're not seeing eye to eye or we're not connecting. That is okay. That is definitely okay. Let's just go back to a religious thing. Jesus Christ. Not everybody got him. They crucified him. The people from the church got this man crucified in the Holy Bible. That's what it says. Okay, so his own people got rid of him, right? So he couldn't even connect with the people that believed the same thing. That's not. I'm just trying to open up another mindscape there. So maybe I'm with Dorothy, and I can't explain something to her because we're too close, or there's our egos going on. There's different things going on. But the main thing is that she gets it, or I can say I get it, because when you get it, you get it, and then it opens another door to another world, perception, thought. It opens another door to life. And so, I just wanted to share that. How sometimes we're going to be upset because she's not learning it from me. Who am I that I have to give this to her? She might have to get it from the neighbour. She might have to get it from the colleague at work. It doesn't matter. The thing is that we start to reach a level of understanding in ourselves. True. It's the first cough for 3 days. Doesn't matter who sends the message. It's about the person getting the message from one way or the other. And like you said, maybe I'd sowed the seed, but I hadn't watered it in the right way. And this guy watering it made that flower bloom.
There's always, there's always a nourishing, like subconscious nourishing. You might have prepared the ground for this person to be able to actually give her the message.
That's right. And this is really special. And this is I don't want to say to a lot of people, because sometimes we find it sometimes really hard with our kids. I've got 2 daughters. I love them to bits. It's broken my soul with not being there when they probably needed me, because I was separated from my wife at the time. My ex-wife now, it's all right. And it ripped my soul in two. And every day I'm grateful that I have these 2 daughters, because they challenged me. They challenged my belief in love. They did everything that I thought was, no, I've given you nothing but love. What's going on? But they've brought out the best father they could, and that's special. It's so special when we don't start taking things like, oh, they're trying to hurt me, or why don't they understand? Don't take things personally. Don't take things personally. Even your daughter has her own universe going on inside her, or your son. It's so unbelievable. I can also tell you another thing. There's a guy today who we connected on Facebook. His name's Mark. Mark was a twin with Darren anyway, and they were totally different as boys. Twins, but they were totally different. Both awesome in their total separate ways. Really amazing people. It was really funny that today he had saw me on Facebook and he had written to me, and we had a little discussion. I said, "Oh my God, when you're on the West Coast," and they say, "Be love, and you will attract love. Be anger and against, you will attract anger and against." We are a magnet. We're human, and we are a magnet. We bring on what we think about and what we talk about. So when we start to actually think about what we're talking about, things start to take on a deeper meaning and a more understanding. And and like I said, me and Dorothy aren't anything more than anybody else. We're all the same, and we're all beautiful, special people. We're all going through our own little things, and we're all hopefully rising above, laying that one stone down, that second stone down, third stone down. Oh my God, we've got 500 kilometres of Chinese wall. Do you know what I mean? So it's really important we keep moving forward. And sometimes we take 5 steps back. Just hopefully you're going to start to catch up those 5 steps and move in a forward way. This can be in any aspect of your life. In any aspect of your life. Do you know what I mean? And we do make, people say to me, "Oh, you've made the same mistake twice." What they just say, "No, you made the same mistake." You never make the same mistake twice, because every moment in your life, every second that's clicking by brings on another moment. So it felt good to say yes that time, and it was wrong. But this time it's feeling really good to say yes. This time I'm not really sure, because now I'm starting to think, "Oh, I shouldn't say yes because it might be the same as the last 2 yeses." Take every moment, be conscious of every moment, and make your best decision. Don't look at it from an ego point of view. Look at it from a heart, love point of view. And you're doing it as best you can. And that's as good as anybody can do.
And we're always slipping and sliding sometimes. Sometimes it's really hard to stay conscious. And there are things happening that you don't have no control over whatsoever sometimes outside. Like there's traffic around you which is like not flowing or whatever, and it's just sometimes very, it's so hard to go like, okay, I don't care that I'm stuck in a jam, because I need to get to work and this jam is holding me off, and everything is going to be, upside down for the rest of the day because, it's hard, but don't beat yourself up in that moment. Yes, it would be good if you can catch yourself and just tell yourself, okay, it is like it is. I'm not going to go crazy about it. But sometimes we just don't have this, we just don't have this stamina, this peace of mind, and we're like, no, but it's not okay. It's just not okay.
We had this.
That's how it is.
We talked about this today, I finished on Monday just before 2. I should have been home by 2:15. I didn't get home for 3:45. So my 55 kilometres turned into a 2-hour journey. It was a killer. And we were talking about it today. It's funny how you bring this up, because it's really important that this is our lives. We're sharing our lives, And next time I'm just going to change the music. Maybe I've got to hear some Enigma or Enya or something that's going to change. Because I was listening to The Doors, and I'm like, 5 to 1, baby, I wanted 5. No one here gets out alive, and I'm like stuck in this traffic, and it's like even bringing me further down. So yeah, maybe next time we're just going to change the music. And it's going to be like, all right, you know what? We can stay here for another 3 hours. It's all good. I'm listening to this CD.
And the problem about this is, we start to believe in conspiracies. We start to go like, everything is against me, and the world is against me, and the government is doing this because I'm, they are controlling us, and they are just having one lane open to make us crazy and things like that. This is our human experience, and we go through it, and hopefully we catch ourselves when, hopefully we turn it around, get back to love and light. This is always trying to, the path, get back to love and light. Whatever is shaking you, try to turn it around, catch it, because this is the healing process inside of you.
Yes,
know?
definitely.
There's so much that, like
This
I
is the love.
said, there's so much confusion in our head. There's so much stress and also this feeling of insecurity, you know, inside of us. Like we you know, like this is not this is dangerous. This is not secure. Everybody could, you know, there's constantly something that, you know, somebody who could rob me, rape me, whatever, you know, because this is how we grew up, you know, we learned to protect ourselves. But this is, you know, this is
sometimes blocking you,
you know, like no wonder if something is happening to you that you're not comfortable with in your life, because you were already waiting for it to come. You were already you know, your perception was tuned onto, this is dangerous, there is going to be danger around the corner, and then of course it's going to come, you know.
And I also ask for this because I really don't like driving. I'm a biker. I don't like driving in the city. It drives me crazy. Dorothy drives, I'm going to have to say, I won't say 100%, but I'll say 99.9% of the time. Dorothy's driving because it's not for me. And I took this job because it was a little bit more security, and it means I have to drive 55 k's every day there and 55 days back, 55 k's back, which is obviously a certain amount of time to do this. Do you know what I mean? And so then here I am on Friday, and I'm like, oh my God, it's taking me 2 hours to get 55 k's. You know, it's like I'm doing 4 k's every 10 minutes or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like it was a killer. But yeah, I will definitely change music this time, just to put on a more of a relaxed tune or something, maybe some rap, or I don't know. I'll change the music. Yeah. On Fridays I will definitely take the bike, because Fridays I finish work at 2 o'clock rather than at 5, and by the time I finish at 5:30 that I normally finish, by the time I get up to this area in the city, the traffic's died down. But it was my first Friday, and it was 2 o'clock knockoff, and it took me till nearly 4 to get home. And I was kind of kicking myself. I said, okay, that's it. I'm taking the bike. Next Friday, I'm taking the bike. During the week, it's fine because I finish at 5:30. I'm here, so by the time I'm here at 6:30, it's really little traffic. But on the Friday, when it's Friday, everyone's knocking off, and you're finished halfway through the day, there's a hell of a lot of traffic. A hell of a lot of traffic. So with my bike, I'll be able to just like buzz through that. And I would definitely be on a more smiley.
Yeah, we have to. It's always like trying to find, you know, find a way around our negativity. You know, whatever you need to do, find the way around it, because negativity is bringing up, you know, all the problems, like our emotions, diseases, our conflicts. Like, you know, like if there is an accident on a street, Eckhart Tolle said that one time. Accidents are pain bodies crossing their path with pain bodies. You know, they're waiting for, you know, this collision because they need it. You know, maybe not 100%, but you know, maybe 90% of accidents are actually, you know, attract energy that is attracting. I need this another right energy. Now. I need a collision. I need this rubbing, you know. Yeah. So, find yourself, catch yourself with your, you know, negative energy, but, you know, lower energy, which is not really, you know, the highest potential that we can live. Catch that, and
you see a change.
Yeah, and
start to notice a change.
Yeah. Because, like I said, it's gonna have a huge impact in your life, both, you know, the low energy and the high energy. Yeah. So that's about the end for today. We love you so much. We have seen that we're, you know, people watching. We're so grateful for the people that are watching, because it feels so good to
definitely does.
Have these
and the
people
comments
watching.
And the comments there.
You know, we can feel your energy, actually. I can feel this energy of you guys watching, and that's so cool. Oh.
And also,
we love you too.
We're new at this. So hopefully we're going to start to create the same kind of thing, but interactively. where we can be just talking stuff. We're still new at it, so we're still trying to work it all out. But hopefully within the next while, we're going to be able to bring everybody onto the screen as well. If you feel comfortable,
if you
definitely be your
you don't have to.
it's totally up to yourself. And we can be discussing things, sort of like a David Letterman show or something like that. Universal consciousness show where we can start to talk about different things that might be going on in our lives, because we're talking about our life, and we're trying to give it our best shot, and we hope that everybody there who's catching this is start to give it their best shot as well, because it's so good to be feeling good. It's so lovely to be grateful for what we've got.
We send our energy out to you.
Yeah,
We hope you can feel it.
Yeah, it's
We love
really
you.
great. Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
We love you.
Love you. Awesome.